Okay, before I get to that, I do think that we should add in a segment that says it's not like our hot takes, it's our hot dog takes. Um,
Oh my god, that's so good.
yeah.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Good Vibes FC. It's our final episode of the year. I'm Sam Lynn, coming to you from the Women's Game World Headquarters in Vermont.
And I'm Limpy also known as Limpy, coming to you from my sister's crazy house here in, I don't even know where she lives, like Sacramento or something.
It's Limpy and Lewis back at it for one more Good Vibes FC. This is our podcast. Good Vibes is presented by our really great friends over at Olipop. Use code TWG20 for 20% off at drinkolipop.com. Today on the podcast, we're recapping our weekend in San Jose for the NWSL Championship, Gotham's huge championship win over the Spirit, the reasons I've lost my voice again. Then we'll dive a little deeper into the season as a whole. And finally, we'll head to the inbox for one final email of the Good Vibes season. This is our last show of 2025, Lynn, which is
Sad.
just so sad, so difficult to handle. But you know what? We're going to keep it positive. So let's tell everybody about our weekend in San Jose.
Okay, you want to go first?
Wow. Where to begin? Well, we had a
Literally
live
don't.
show
Yes.
on Thursday night. That was to preview the NWSL Championship. And we had some really amazing guests on. I feel like we didn't like share all the guests ahead of time because like some of them were a surprise, but we had Brandy Chastain, Jessica Berman, Lauren Holiday, Sam Hyatt, Rose and Sonnet, Esme Morgan and Hal Hirschfeld. And then Lynn, you came on and you just summed up the whole thing, headlined the show. You can still actually watch that show back if you didn't follow along with us on Thursday. There were tons of hilarious moments, all thanks to our friends at Nationwide. That show's available on our YouTube channel. Lynn, what did you think of the live show?
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. I loved seeing everybody live. I loved seeing my friends. I hadn't seen Sonnet and Rose in forever.
Right?
So I was able to see them, obviously seeing you. But it was a crazy weekend. I was so happy I got to see you a lot. Like I felt like our weekends were like parallel to each other.
I know. They
But
were.
it was a long weekend.
It was a long weekend. I feel like I like intentionally every opportunity that I was like Lynn is going to be in the vicinity, I like intentionally was like, well, I am then going to be in Lynn's vicinity. So like at the skills challenge, which was on Friday, we like hung out the whole time. You were doing
So
the
fun.
broadcast.
Yeah. The on-field broadcast, like the sideline reporter.
Right. And then I was a team captain up against Kelly's team. The skills challenge, honestly, this is going to sound like an ad, was so fun. The whole thing is going to air on TV next weekend. But like when I tell you guys, I have never felt like I belonged so much as I did at this skills challenge. Like that's why I'm hoarse, is like I was running around hyping up the
Yeah.
crowd. My team, my ride or die, like I'm obsessed with them. My team was Emery Adames, Raylan Turner, Ali Schlegel, Taylor Flint, Rachel Kundananji, and Kate Delfava. And like when I tell you I would die for those girls, like I would die for those girls.
It was actually really fun watching you run around and have the time of your life. I also got like the other side of how the media and like soccer world works because I was doing the broadcasting for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. We did
Technical
like
difficulties.
yeah, we did a whole run through, ran so smooth. The second it was time to like go, no power. So I couldn't hear anybody. So I was like basically winging it. And anytime somebody would go, Lynn, get out there, like get interview them. I would ask a question and they wouldn't hear me. So I would just be like, well, hopefully this is what they want. And I was just running out there winging it.
Yeah, that's showbiz, baby.
I know it was so fun though. I like loved being with you and Kelly. And anytime I got to interview you guys, I was like, these are two silly rascals having a great time.
We were being such silly rascals. I also was like getting my TikTok game on. You and me made
Yes.
like 4 TikToks. So those are all incoming. If you're not following along with us on TikTok yet, you should do that now because like I'm about to make them and post them all. Okay, so the skills challenge was so fun. If you want to watch it, the NWSL skills challenge presented by CarMax. It's going to be on TV on Saturday. That's November 29th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time on CBS and Paramount Plus. It was lit. I really recommend you watch it and cheer on my team.
Oh, your team.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about the game, but first I want to talk about the after party because it was wild. Obviously, I was tired. Mind you guys, I'm pregnant. But me and Marley were like, okay, let's go to Pinoe's after party. It'll be fun. We'll go
You
for
guys made it?
yes. So Pino messaged me and was like, we're on our way. We're gonna show up like right on time. And I was like, okay, great. Because if I go back to the hotel and take any longer than like 5 minutes to like regroup, I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm getting in my covers, and you won't see me ever again. And so she's like, I'm going. Come right now. And it was like a 5-minute walk from the hotel. So I was like, great, let's go. We're walking around, we're, like, having a good time. Everybody keeps coming up to Marley and is like, "How long do you have? Like, let's get on tonight, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "I have until my wife says it's ready to go." So he is, like, trying to take full advantage of this moment, right? By his, like, 3rd margarita, I'm like, "Finish that and then let's go." Because by this time, I'm, like,
Yeah.
sitting down. And
Yeah.
and then I'm like, "I'm gonna start saying my goodbyes because I know how you are. It's gonna take a year and a half." And
Right, right, right. You
he goes,
start your goodbyes like an hour before you're gonna go.
100%. So then he goes, "Can I please have one more? I promise I'll drink it fast." So I'm like, "Sure, whatever." He took an hour to drink that thing. I was
Yeah, I
like,
know. I
so
know. Marley
then
moves slow.
yeah, by this time, there is 20 more minutes and then the party's gonna be over. And everybody's like, "Gotham's right next door. Rose and Sauna are next door. Let's just go say hi to them." And I'm like,
I
"Oh,
cannot believe I did not even know that you have been through this journey, Lynn. I thought you
yes."
guys went home.
No, I'm so tired. And so then I was like, "Okay, well, we can't be this close to Rose and Sauna and not congratulate them and, like, hug the girls, see the Lavelles, all the things." We walk over there. I'm hugging them, whatever. Marley is bopping around to everybody, celebrating with everybody. I've never seen him more excited, having more fun. And I was like, I felt bad because I was like, how do I take this joy from him? But like my back hurts and my feet hurts and my ankles are swelling. I need you to come home right now. Yeah, eventually I was like, all right, let's get out, go. So we waited until that party ended too. And it was 1 o'clock in the morning and I was like, I'm exhausted.
You guys are heroes.
So anyway, that was the end of the weekend. Had a great time.
Okay.
So tired.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the game. Obviously, we were there, Lynn. Gotham won 1-0, thanks to a game-winning goal from Rose Lavelle. First of all, atmosphere at the game was incredible. There was 18,000 people sold out at PayPal Park in San Jose. You and I sat and watched with Marley, and the food in there was actually really good. We like just kept shoveling mac and cheese in our faces.
Yeah, mac and cheese and baked beans. It was
The baked
so
beans
good.
were so good, and I had like a little pulled chicken sandwich.
Same. I haven't had baked beans in so long. I freaking love baked beans and that mac and cheese.
Yeah,
A whole mound. Whole mound.
I know. I know. It was so good. But the one thing that I will say is like obviously I was like distracted by the mac and cheese, so it's actually really hard to like pay attention and analyze the game. There's like your friends are there and like you're talking to people around you and like you're kind of talking to the fans and you're eating mac. So I had to rewatch the broadcast when I got home because I kind of feel like I like missed part of the game. And the first thing I noticed was that Gotham shot off the kickoff. Like I
I
didn't like for
know.
some reason I must not have been sat down yet or something because Jaden Shaw all of a sudden is shooting, and I'm like, oh my God, like the game just started. And I think to me, what that signals was like Gotham coming out aggressively. Like they played with such fearlessness, they pressed really high. And I think it kind of like set the spirit on their back foot a little bit and like gave Gotham so much momentum in the first half.
I know the confidence to do that. I feel like you do that in like club soccer and you're like, I really wish this hope or I really hope this goes in. But to do it in a championship,
It was like kind of baller.
like she said, underdog my ass, I guess.
Yeah. Literally, like we're coming out here, we're coming out hot. So yeah, I felt like Gotham had the upper hand in the first half. Esther and Jaden Shaw both had some good chances. Esther did score a goal, but she was clearly offside, so that got called back. I didn't feel like the Spirit created a ton, except for from Rosamond Kouassi. There was this pretty dangerous cross from her early on. She was like super active in the first 5 or 10 minutes. She had the edge speed wise against Lily Real, who ended up getting a yellow card at the end of the first half, and there's some drama associated with that we're going to get to a little bit later. I thought Croy was creative in the midfield and a bright spot for them, but overall, especially in the first half, I feel like the Spirit just couldn't match the like front footedness.
Yeah, I felt like the Spirit looked really flat having gone back and gone back and watched it, but also in the stadium at the same time. Like it looked like they didn't look like themselves. They didn't look like they were on the front foot at all. Gotham took it to them and they had like never recovered, especially in the first half.
I'm also just seeing this stat that the Spirit didn't score on Gotham all season long.
To go off that, I feel like something that we missed talking about going into playoffs is one that Spirit never scored on Gotham, but also last year Gotham lost to the Spirit in a semifinal games of the playoffs, and so everybody was talking about how Spirit
Um,
has like they lost last year. They need to
it's their
have a
revenge
it's
year.
their revenge year, but also Gotham, it was their revenge year on Spirit as well, and I think that was we missed that moment, and
You're
so
so right. We
yes,
did miss that moment. And, we actually talked a lot this year, like, especially during rivalry week about the Gotham Spirit rivalry.
Mhm.
But I think you're absolutely right, Lynn, that, like, Gotham's end to their season last year was losing to the Spirit. So, like, they have been equally
Yeah.
motivated. It's just been, like, a story that we haven't been telling.
I
Um,
know. How did we miss
so
that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're doing our best out here, folks,
We're
but
righting our
sometimes you miss
wrongs right
stuff.
now.
We got it right now. So, okay, so it's tied 0-0 at halftime. We come out, Trinity Rodman subs on in the 57th minute. The stadium obviously went crazy. And I do think, even before Trinity came on, the Spirit were doing better in the second half. I truly felt like I had no idea what was going to happen. Like I was like, it's zero, like we could go into overtime. Like the game was like super tight. And so I was thinking maybe seeing Trinity come on, hearing the reaction, like maybe the Spirit would find their momentum. Um, the second half was pretty even though.
Yeah, I would say that as well. I think that watching it, I felt the same way as you of like, okay, anything can happen. Even though Gotham was on the front foot, like Sonnet did have to lay out to block a shot. They didn't have any like real chances yet. So it was like, yeah, you're on your front foot, but nothing has come of it. So I was like, anything can
Yeah.
happen. Trin comes on, and in that moment, Trin, no matter how many minutes she plays, and I would love to say, or I would have loved if she was like 100% healthy. And obviously, she's dealing with her back and then her knee, but she's dangerous. And last game she came on, she played for like 10 minutes and she almost scored. So I was hoping
Yeah.
that maybe the same as you, that the Spirit would start to build momentum. And unfortunately, that did not happen.
I know. Well, I think, and this is where like, kind of like the storytelling really begins was with this Hal Hirschfeld injury. She went down
Yes.
at the top of her own box. Um, from where I was, like I couldn't tell anything, but on the broadcast, you can tell that she rolled her ankle. And
Mhm.
so she's clearly in a lot of pain. Like I know what that feels like when your ankle rolls out like that. And it's that like, again, not a doctor, but I've also rolled my ankle like this a million times. And it's like right on that like front outside of your ankle. And you just know that it's like,
Yeah. It's swelling
swelling up,
immediately.
it hurts, like, so brutal to have that happen when it happened. So Hal had to go off on the sideline, she had to jog around on it, like, and what I'm imagining, I'm totally making this up, is that her trainer is kinda like, "You rolled your ankle, you should probably come off," and she's like, I need to play." She's trying to, like, tough it out, she's on the sideline running up and down. She does end up coming back on the field, though it had looked like the Spirit were kind of, like, getting her sub ready. And then, like, literally a minute or 2 after she comes back on the field, the ball gets switched out to Bruninia for Gotham. Bruninia takes it down the sideline, and you see Hal tracking a run from Midge. Gotham had a lot of runners forward, so Hal is, like, forced to keep tracking Midge back. Bruninia slots it centrally behind Midge, and Hal, like, is able to kind of lunge out, but and again, I'm really narrowing in on this because of the circumstances immediately around it. How, if her ankle didn't hurt, maybe could have lunged all the way, landed really hard on her ankle, and stopped the ball. She doesn't because I imagine her ankle killed and she physically couldn't get there. But the ball gets past her. Rose shoots it with her left foot, goes in. Gotham's up 1-0. It was a great run from Bruninia, a great ball, and obviously an incredible finish. But I think that if I'm a Spirit fan in this moment, I'm like wringing my hands, being like, why did this happen in like our one moment of questionable like weakness?
I know. I don't want to take anything away from Gotham because it was incredible. Like Rose's goal, a
Totally.
one-time finish and bending it around defenders is incredible.
Such a sick finish.
I thought it was like a great play by Gotham. But I do think in those moments, this is just like sports, I guess. But obviously, we both twisted our ankle, right? And when you twist your ankle like that, usually what they say is like, if you can tolerate the pain, it's not like you're going to do any more damage. I'm not a doctor. This is just usually what they say to me. But, and
Us
you're like,
both multiple times saying we're not doctors as if people are like, "Are you a doctor now?"
well, I'm just like, don't take my medical advice, okay? Because somebody's going
I
to come
said it
out
too.
there.
I know, I know, I
Somebody's going to
know,
come
I
out and
know.
say, well, Lynn and say, anyways, whatever. So usually you're like, okay, I can tolerate this pain and it's a final. So I'm sure Hal is like, no, get me back out there. But if you're on the sidelines for that long and the time
It
is like,
hurts.
it hurts. And the time is like starting to dwindle down. They have momentum at this moment. You have a player down for 4 or 5 minutes. I think in that moment, you're
Yeah.
like, we got to get another person on here. Do we want a Hal who's obviously amazing, but is hurt? Or can we I think they have a deep enough bench to put somebody else out there and get the job done too. And I just think that unfortunately that was a little oops.
Yeah, I know. It was, like, a little bit too late, like, Hal
Yeah.
did come off, like, right after this, and I
Yeah.
think it's just, like, one of those really unfortunate situations. It wasn't like it was directly like, it's not like
No.
Gotham scored when Hal was down or off in the sideline, but it's hard to imagine it not having had an impact.
You have to start thinking as a player, okay, she's injured a little bit. Maybe I have to do a little bit more. I might overcommit to this
Yeah.
person because we're trying to make
Yeah.
sure she's good. Like it's all subconsciously happening, but
Yeah.
it does have an effect on your team, especially when somebody like Hal, who's like such a staple piece in the middle of your team, is
Right.
limping around.
I know. I mean, I felt so bad for Hal. She was
I
like, they
know.
kept on the broadcast, they kept like showing her face crying, and I was so devastated for
I
her. And
know.
also, I'm like, her ankle probably kills, and like that just sucks. I do want to put all of that aside for a minute, talk about Gotham, talk about this goal. For Rose, for Brun, I mean, look, beautiful switch of the field to Brunina to take it all the way up there. Brunina's doing like scissors in the box, and then she just slots it centrally. I think, I don't know if it was to Rose or if it had gone behind Midge or whatever, but Gotham getting all those numbers forward in like kind of a moment of transition is why they scored. Like Rose continuing that run, Midge continuing that run. The reason that nobody from Spirit's backline could step out was because they all had a person. Like Gotham
Yeah.
sent so many numbers forward. And so for Rose to like finish this in such a heightened moment of pressure, it was actually the 80th minute. So like the game was about to be kind of winding down,
Yeah.
just like a huge moment, Rose's left foot. And then obviously, as we all know, and as this kind of folklore of the Lavelle family has like come to light again recently. Anytime Rose scores a goal, the whole Lavelle family like takes shots of fireball. And so I imagine just like the whole stadium was just like zeroed in on the Lavelle section, watching them all rip shots of fireball.
I know. Well, first of all, I think that Brunina put the ball in the box. It's everybody else's job to get on the end of it, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
and then obviously Rose, obviously, like it had to be her. I had no idea that this was Rose's first championship.
Championship.
I just
Yeah,
feel
how
like
sick.
she's won it all, but now she truly has won it all. Um,
I know.
and
And championship MVP, which was very well deserved.
it was well deserved. But yeah, those Lavelles and that fireball. I don't know how they're like still going with the fireballs because we used to drink that in college.
I know. I have heartburn just thinking about it.
Exactly. But I'm like, good for you guys. Like,
Yeah. I mean, they're a fun family, and
they
nobody
are
can
a
take
fun
that away from
family.
them.
I saw them at the after party and I was like, you guys are having too much fun.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
all got to go home,
Everybody, time to
especially
go,
me.
everybody. Okay, so the game ends 1-0 Gotham. They were the 8th and last place playoff seed. And I looked back at their record this morning, Lynn, throughout the season, 9, 9, and 8.
As a country, as people who are playing in the NWSL, we have to realize like regular season is one thing. Kansas City
Yeah,
obviously won the regular season, and then playoffs is a whole different beast. And
yeah. It's a
you
second
like
season.
exactly, you like chuck out the window all of regular season. You're like, it's playoffs now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You don't have to win pretty. You just have to win.
I do wish that there was more like out and out chances. I looked at the XG, the expected goal stat this morning, and the Spirits was like around zero point 0.4, zero point 0.5, and Gotham's was around like zero point 0.5, zero point 0.6. And like, is a game with more goals and more out and out chances more fun? Sure. But both teams do play beautiful soccer. And I think that like there was a lot to be like seen in that game of like the
Mhm.
possession and the passing and the trying to break things down. Both great defenses as well. I do want to give a very special shout out to Jalen Howell. She won 15 duels in the championship game. She's heading back into her first U.S. women's national team camp today since 2022. It's been 37 months since she was last called up. And I just feel like she's one of those examples, similar to Jaden Shaw, actually, who in the right environment has really just found her footing. And she was so influential for Gotham in this game.
Again, these are two players that are obviously incredible, have been trying to find their way for a bit, but had to go through like a down to I'm
Mhm.
hopeful have a really beautiful career that continues to like flourish and thrive. Um, but it's really nice to see that they didn't just like say, woe's me, let me just stick myself in this situation and fall into a hole even more. They both like they played amazing for Gotham. Jalen has been running that midfield.
Yeah.
When especially when other people have been, like, injured around her, she's been,
Mhm.
like, a steady presence in their midfield, and then, obviously, Jaden just found I mean, it's like she moved teams and immediately we're like, "Oh, she's back."
I'm scratching my head about why it didn't work out at North Carolina,
Yeah.
but, like, it didn't, and now here she is, and she's back, and, like, I'm happy for her, I'm happy that Gotham has her, and sometimes I do think it's, like, just a matter of environment, and, like, obviously, there's stuff we don't know, but, like, Jaden was huge, Jalen was huge, like, Gotham got hot at the right time,
They got hot.
and that's my
Hot take.
analysis. They got hot. Okay, Spirit fans, we are here and we have not addressed this yet, but we are going to because there was some criticism of the refereeing.
Yes.
Again, live, I didn't really understand it until I saw this huge moment that we haven't talked about yet. It was Lily Reel's second big foul against
Mhm.
Kawasi. She got a yellow card on the first one, rightly so. She did not get a yellow card on the second one, but it was one of those moments where you have to imagine that if it wasn't a championship game or if she didn't already have a yellow, the foul was a yellow. Like, not that it was malicious that Kawasi was going to be by her and Lily pulled her down. So I get why Lily did it. Like, you know, you're taught
Yeah.
that if you're getting beat, it's a tactical foul. People do it all the time. I did it a million times in my career. But I do think if the ref had another chance to make the call, it was probably a yellow.
I might have said this to Marley, you might have not been there, but I immediately when it happened, I go, "Oh, that's yellow." And then she didn't get one, and I go, "Maybe because she already has yellow, the ref
Exactly.
decided not to." But that's where I'm, like, so interested. Like, I'm not a ref, obviously, that would have been a game-changing decision. Either
Right.
way,
Because
kind of.
Gotham would have been down a player for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, but then you start to think, you're like, "But it's just like the rules."
Yeah, like, it's not that, like, wasn't subjective.
No, and I don't ever want, like, a team to be able to win because a man is down or whatever, but I just think that, like, you have to ref the game fairly, and unfortunately, she was just like, "Yeah, she got by me, I'm pulling her down."
I mean, it was a tactical foul. I think even if Lily had a chance to do it again, I feel like she'd probably be like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do this. I'm already on a yellow." But it's like you get caught up in the moment.
Yeah, she
I think
definitely
it was
I
a
think Lily definitely is like, "I got away with one."
For sure. And it's like stuff happens. It was a huge game. It was a huge call. It was a pivotal moment in the game. It does suck for the Spirit. You don't get every call. And like
No.
the Spirit fans are rightly so probably going to be like that was the wrong call and like that impacted the game. I also think Spirit fans are like having like a traumatic flashback to last NWSL Championship game
Mhm.
when Barbara Banda scored for Orlando on another non-call. There was like this potential, I'm not sure, foul in the midfield. Calls get missed. It's your job, I think, as a team to have scored a goal so that you can miss a call and still win the game. But I also understand from the Spirit's perspective that they feel wrong done in 2 championship games, and, like, that's really tough. Like, that sucks.
The Barbara goal, the foul happened as the play was developing. This,
I know.
like,
This was
what
not directly causing a goal or anything.
exactly. So this was obviously a big or it could have been a big moment, but was there other big moments in the game where there was calls missed too that didn't directly lead
I
to a goal?
When I rewatched, I
Mhm.
could see the Spirit fans being annoyed about a couple calls, but overall, besides this, did I think the game was skewed one way or the other? Not really. I
Me
see,
neither.
there was a lot of fouls, but I'm like, yeah, anytime your team gets fouled, you think it's a huge deal. Anytime there's a call missed, you think it's a huge like that one is like fans of both teams will feel a certain way about certain calls. This call, I think, was pretty objectively a yellow. But, like,
Yeah, I
again, the
agree.
ref is part of the game, and that's, like so I'm being on the fence about this one. I'm not saying anything with my chest, except I get why the Spirit are upset about that call. At the same
I would
time, I
agree.
think Gotham had a great game, and I think Gotham did deserve to win. Like, they were definitely on the front foot in the first half. They scored a great goal. The
Yeah,
ref's a part of the game, and you have to adjust.
I agree. I think that this was objectively a yellow card, and that is frustrating. But to your point, Gotham was on the front foot. Gotham came out and had most of the momentum, and this one call wasn't really going to change that. So
Yeah, so we don't know. I did want to address it, acknowledge it. Spirit fans, it's really tough to lose in a final. But Gotham took it home. They celebrated with a parade yesterday. I'm super happy for my friends who won, and I think overall it was such a great playoffs, such a great season. There's like so much to look back on and be excited about. Like I'm already thinking about 2026 and um I think the championship weekend as a whole was like such a huge success, and I'm really excited that we were able to be there.
Yeah, me too. I do also just want to give Gotham a little bit of a shout out. I know I have been like, I played for them last year and I was a little critical when I was leaving. And I think that one thing that I'm really happy and excited to see is just like how they've been treated, especially after the playoffs. Like when we won, there was no parade. They really fell through with the celebrations. And right now it looks like they've learned from their mistakes. Also, the locker room looks amazing. Like everybody looks really excited, and it looks like there is growth in the club, in the organization, and I think
Mhm.
that's all you can ever want from a team. So see them be celebrated how they should be celebrated is incredible, and I'm really excited and happy for them.
Good. Well, thanks for sharing that, Lynn.
Well, I just remember being like, "Oh shoot, that sucks!" Like there's no celebration, and then now I'm like,
I
"Yeah, you
know.
should be celebrated."
Totally. I know they have like such a sick looking parade in New York City. I'm
I
so psyched
know.
for them. So yeah, huge congratulations to Gotham. We're very happy for you. Condolences to the Spirit. We're so sorry.
I know.
But congrats on a great season. We do have to take a quick break, but when we get back, we are going to actually, Lynn, rewind the tape on Good Vibes to see how you and I performed in making some predictions this year. So don't go anywhere.
Oh my god, I'm nervous.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so as promised, we're going to react to some of our own predictions from Good Vibes earlier this year. I want to start off, Lynn, where I got some things wrong. All preseason, I feel like I was predicting that the Houston Dash, I don't know if people remember this, I kept using the phrase glow up. The Houston Dashes glow up. I was pretty confident that Houston was going to have a better year than they did. Kept saying it over and over. Let's talk about Houston, who are having like literally such a glow up, despite the very recent trade of Tarsian to Lyon. Houston has a new coach with Fabrice Gautra, who has been an assistant coach at the Courage the past few seasons. Houston also has some very notable new players. Yasmin Ryan, Delaney Sheehan, who came from Gotham, Danielle Colaprico, Messiah Bright. I'm feeling excited for Houston.
It's definitely a glow up for sure.
Okay, well, apparently Becky agreed with me. So I feel less bad about being wrong. I do think that in what we saw from Houston in the second half of the season, despite their place in the standings, they could be primed for a glow up next year. And I may stick with that. I may repeat my Houston glow up rants. I'm not really sure.
The only thing that I saw from that, besides you and Becky just being wrong, was me sitting there not saying anything, and I had a glow down. Like my face now is fatter than it was then.
Lynn,
So
you're growing life.
yeah. Life
You're
schmife.
growing life.
I am.
Also, you're like, you know when to stay quiet. You're like, these girls are wrong about this one. Houston are in advanced talks to potentially sell the team for a big amount of money. So
I,
I don't know. We'll see.
well,
I'll be
we
back in
will see.
preseason with some more predictions.
I know. I need to see their off-season plans before I have any predictions.
So yeah, just acknowledging that we were wrong on that front. We did have another very accurate early prediction. It was about the rookie from Massachusetts, Lily Reel. We flagged her early on at TWG as one of our 5 rookies to watch. But then Lynn, and this is like, she's probably going to be like so annoyed that we're bringing this up. One of her very first moments in the NWSL, she scored an own goal. Literally what a nightmare. But this is what we said right after that game. It was a tough start for Gotham when rookie Lily Reel scored an own goal in the first 2 minutes of her first start as a pro. I felt really, really bad for her on this one.
At some point, you just have to laugh because you're just like, of course, this is my first game, my first start, and of course this happens.
The poor thing.
And of course, we're playing Orlando where you don't want to be down. Like, it's kind of like the perfect storm of bad that happened. On the positive, there's only up.
That's true. And she like did turn it around. Like you can crumble in that situation and she like worked really hard.
100%.
She did good. Like she turned it around.
That she did. She did turn around.
Literally rookie of the year. They should make a movie about that.
They probably
That's like
have.
actually so impressive.
Yeah, I think that shows that she has she's mentally strong. She's like, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Doesn't define me at all. I'm
Yeah,
amazing.
literally. Wow. Okay. Shout out to Lily Real. We do love you, even though we were criticizing the yellow cards earlier. That was actually really cool to hear us talking back about that. I really like that one. Obviously, Lily wasn't the only player that we kept an eye on this season. So I'm also going to shout myself out again. I went out on a limb earlier in the year. I decided to list the 25 players in the league that I thought were like the must watch players. And right there in my top 10, as usual, as I would do with any list, was Rose Lavelle. Rose Lavelle is back for another year with Gotham. I know she's starting this year off with an injury, but she'd still be the first player I'd pick for my team. Rose is the most skilled, creative, and fun to watch player in my book. She's well-rounded, hardworking, and magic on the ball.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I have always loved playing with her, and now I love watching her just as much. Yeah, I mean, I'm Rose's biggest fan. I always have been. I said this at the live show, Lynn. I was like, you would think it would be really hard to like talk about and criticize your friends as players, but like luckily my friends are all so good that I don't like ever really have to criticize any of you. And I just like feel like that's so true with Rose. Like she was injured for the whole first half of the season. I still put her in my top 10 of best players in the league. And then she just like has this incredible second half of the season, which is so hard to do after you've been out injured. And then she scores the game-winning goal in the championship game and is championship game MVP. Shout out to Rose.
I know one thing about Rose that is like so impressive is anytime she's injured, usually like, or anytime somebody's injured, usually they take a second to like come back to be in their form. And Rose like doesn't take any time. You're just like,
I know.
Okay, what were you doing when you were injured? Like, I'm so confused.
I feel like she was just doing like mental training so that like when she comes back, there's just like no gap.
It's impressive. I love Rose. She's so good, and you should have put her number 1.
I know. That was my bad. But there's always next season. Okay, earlier in the year, we also were on Good Vibes, and we were like obviously just singing Rose's praises again. And you mentioned that she's like a tough person to get to text you back. And then we FaceTimed her, and she picked up. So I think we should FaceTime her again right now.
Yeah, try it. Let's see if she's coherent at the moment.
Wins one NWSL Championship, and then is too cool to answer my calls.
Wait, I want to try and see if she'll answer mine. All right, we'll give her a pass for this one.
Okay, Rose, we'll give you a pass this time, but it hurts.
It does hurt.
It hurts. Okay,
Hurts a
Lynn.
lot.
Well, I would give us like maybe like a C on like our predictions and our the earlier versions of ourselves talking about soccer. What would you give us?
I'm giving us a B.
A B. I love that.
It's just hard. Predictions are hard. Soccer is hard.
Predictions are so hard, and I wish we never had to do them, but unfortunately, they're like a fun part of
Life.
life. Speaking of predictions, I was thinking as we kind of start to talk about next season, do you want to do our gut check as a prediction for next season?
I would love nothing more.
So this is our Olipop gut check of the week. What 2 teams are going to be in the NWSL Championship next season?
Okay, I do think that Kansas City is going to win the
Even
Shield.
with a new coach?
Yeah, I'm like, look at their roster.
I know. Fair. But okay, Kansas City.
Well, I do think they're I think they're going to win the Shield again, and I think that they'll be in the championship. And then obviously I'm going to have to say Seattle.
Good. I'm so glad that you said Seattle.
Like, that would be so crazy of me.
I'm feeling mystified about Kansas City because I just find it so fascinating that Blackhouse not going to be their coach anymore. I think he is still going to be like very heavily involved, but I do think it like can take a moment to adjust to a new coach. So I'm really curious about that. And I feel like with Gotham, like riding this wave of just winning the championship, they were kind of firing on all cylinders. I can see them being back, but I can also see the Spirit being back.
Here's my thing with Gotham. Like, if they get to the playoffs,
They'll be in the final.
I think they're going to be in the final. But I just would love to see them not squeak into the playoffs in 6th and 8th place in their last 2. I'm like, in the regular season, there needs to be more consistency for me. So if they're there, I think that they are going to be in the final. But only time will tell. And they have the roster to be able to do it. Their roster's stacked too.
This is like probably such recency bias. I'm going Spirit Gotham again.
Okay.
I'm
Run it
so
back.
eager to see Kansas City with new coach. And you know who else I'm flagging right now is San Diego. Because I think that San Diego, we're building something really, really incredible this year. And I'm very excited to see what that turns into next year.
There you have it, folks. Those are our predictions.
You have it, folks. A half-hearted prediction for NWSL Championship 2026. We will be rewinding the clock on this one in 365 days from now. Okay, Lynn, before we wrap up this section, any big takeaways from the season? We already talked about Kansas City getting a new head coach. That's going to be weird, and I'm like anxious to figure out what that's going to look like. I also want to say Jaden Shaw having a whole season at Gotham is going to be scary and like potentially like MVP caliber Like that's an MVP watch list in my mind.
I agree. Okay, so those are your two big ones.
Well, I have a few more, but what do you have?
Okay, this is I would love to know now that Louisville has tasted a bit of the final,
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen, not final, sorry, a taste of playoffs, what's going to happen with them and how they continue to build with Bev Yanez as their coach. And then Houston, I do think that we predicted they have a glow up this year and they have a
Mm.
good roster. And so I'm just interested to see what happens, what movements they're going to make in the offseason. How are they going to turn things around? Um, and then lastly, Chicago moving stadiums, does that help them?
Yeah.
Or does the end of their season, their second part of the season, is that going to carry over to next season? Or what's going to happen
I
there?
I want to see some attention get paid to them from their
Yep.
ownership. Maybe some roster, maybe some big signings. That would be great. They are moving stadiums to Northwestern, so
Yep.
hopefully that will be an improvement. I think another like big point from this season was what happened with Savvy King
Yes.
at Angel City. And we saw Savvy King in our suite during the game and we got to
She's
talk to her for
adorable.
like 20 minutes. She seems so great. She's so sweet. I'm super excited to see her return to the field for Angel City next season. But I also want to say, in a terrible, terrible, terrible situation, I feel like like a good that came out of it was that later in the season, the league responded better when Savannah DeMello went down and had to take an ambulance off the field as well. And I think that, those are two moments that showed growth in the league in between them. And so I feel like the league should be, looking at that improvement and saying like we're capable of adjusting and doing better. And so I think that that was just like a really important area of growth that we'll think back on from this year.
I agree. And then lastly, a little fun one is I'm just excited to see all the new babies next year because there was so many people out
I
on maternity leave this year and
know.
obviously a little bit into next year. But I just think that that is such a huge growth in the league as well. Um, I think if you would have asked me 5 years ago, like, would you have a baby and continue to playing? I would say no because I've seen it end people's careers. And now with how much support and our new CBA and all the things, like there's more support for moms and people who want to do both and you don't have to choose. And so I'm just really excited to see so many babies walking around or
I
being
know.
carried, I should say.
I know. It's so exciting. We saw Sophia Wilson at the NWSL Championship game with her baby with her. That was so sweet. So hopefully Soph will be back playing next season at some point
Hopefully.
whenever she's ready. Same with Mal Swanson whenever
Yep.
she is ready. She also just recently gave birth. Whoever else is ready to return, we're very excited. But potentially seeing Mal and Soph back on the field, I think will be a big lift as we continue to hear rumors potentially of Trinity Rodman leaving. That's a big question mark for me and something that I think will continue to be in the media over the next few weeks until we hear more. Finally, one more big thing for 2026 is that both Boston and Denver are coming into the league. It's going to make it 16
Yes.
teams.
I know. That will
So
be
there's lots going
interesting.
on.
I know
Lots
two
going
teams at
on.
altitude now. Woo.
Oh my God, Utah and Denver.
Yeah, get your lungs ready, girls.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Lots going on, lots to be excited about, lots of question marks, but super excited to start thinking about 2026, which my gosh, it's already almost December, so it's literally right around the corner, Lynn.
I can't believe it's almost December. It's crazy.
It is crazy. I have a Christmas candle going right next to me right now.
My sister has Christmas lights up right now too, and I'm so happy to see them. Driving in, I was
Love.
like, this is so cute.
Oh, that's on my list for this weekend.
Yeah, I think that we're gonna make them bust out their Christmas stuff and start decorating the inside of the house.
Yeah. Yeah,
With
you
the
should.
kids.
That would be fun to do with the kids.
I know they're running around
We
outside
we
right now.
haven't
It's
we
crazy.
haven't said this yet, but Lynn's at her sister's house with all her nieces and nephews this week. So
I did say that at the very beginning.
You did?
I said I'm at my sister's house with her children.
You did.
I did.
Okay, everybody.
We're
Well,
gonna say
I'm
it
losing it.
again.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we get back, we are going to head over to the inbox and then we're going to give you our final good vibes of 2025. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. All right, let's head over to the inbox where we got an email from Rafi. Rafi writes, "Hi, Good Vibes FC. My friends and I are Gotham season ticket holders and big TWG fans and big Rose fans. Go Badgers. After listening to the Night of a Thousand Stars live show and hearing Rose explain the fireball lore, we decided that if Gotham scored, we'd do fireball shots at the Gotham watch party. And of course, in the 80th minute, who else but Rose to score? Safe to say, some fireball was consumed at Legends in New York City, and we are excited to bring this tradition to our Gotham watching. Go Bats, Rafi. Rafi, I hope you're doing okay today. It sounds like you maybe had more than one shot of fireball, and so
We hope your throat is okay. We hope your head's okay.
Yeah.
If Fireball wants to reach out to the Lavelles, contact me so I can get the 20% agent fee. Rose, I got you.
you can reach them through me. Yeah, Lynn, did you see my joke about I posted this on my threads. Did you see my joke about Fireball stock going up like 1 billion %?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was
That
funny.
was clever.
You're a clever girl.
Thanks. All right. Lynn, we are wrapping up. Before we go, do you have a sick and tired for us this week?
Oh, yes, I do. This is about spam calls. I keep getting my area code from home is 559. 559 spam calls. I get like 4 or 5 a day. I go in and I block every single one. And I'm like, how many more times are these people going to call me? Stop calling me. I feel like this should be illegal. I don't know how to stop it. And it's so annoying. I'm over it.
Remember when we used to have like minutes?
Yes.
Like, I feel like it like should be illegal because like what if I had minutes and you were just calling and wasting all my minutes?
Wasting my time. And oh my gosh. Did you ever have like only a certain amount of text you could use?
Yeah, for like a long time.
Yeah, my parents were like, you get 1,000 texts, and I would always go over and I'd be like, please, can I have unlimited? And if I went over, I had to pay for it. And I was like, I'm paying like $20 every month. I'm poor. Like, let me
Yeah.
just do the unlimited.
Yeah.
It's like $10. I'll pay for that.
Yeah, I wish there was an answer to the spam calls, but I don't know what it is. But if anybody out there knows, let us know.
Sick and tired. Do you have one?
I do have one. I'm sick and tired of losing my voice. Like I can't, like, it is so within my personality and like to be loud and to like yell a lot when I'm like at an event. And like then it just damages my ability to do my job, which is literally to like be loud into a microphone and like babble.
I feel you because I have the weakest vocal cords. I don't understand. I go to one event and my voice is gone.
Same.
Maybe there's like
I'm sick and tired of it.
we got to invent something that you can like spray back there that like
I
lubricates the cords.
I don't know. I think it's maybe just like don't yell so much, but it's just like
Oh my gosh.
okay.
Look who's calling.
Rose?
Lavelle.
Oh my god.
I knew it. I knew it.
Did you celebrate?
Yes. And now I am packing for camp because I leave in an hour.
Oh my gosh. A world
No
traveler.
rest for the weary, girls.
Tell her I say congratulations.
Sam says congratulations.
Tell her I said thank you.
She says thank you. And also,
Well, I heard her.
yeah,
Wait, where was she? Why wasn't she at the party?
exactly. I was going to say, she also was upset you weren't at the party. I knew you were going to say that.
I took a red eye home. I wasn't going to like come to your
Where was
after
she?
party.
I went to the after party.
Well, you used to be on their team.
That
Oh,
probably
are you
makes
talking
it
to her?
worse.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, we just wanted to say hi and we love you and we're so happy for you. Rose, I'm like shocked that you haven't won a championship yet. Like I was just shocked.
I know, what a loser. It's okay.
You have now.
You have now. Okay,
Yeah.
have fun at camp. Say hi to all the girlies for us and hope you're not too hungover.
I'm great.
Yeah, look at
I'm great.
look at her. She's great.
My moisturizer's on.
Rose, you look gorgeous.
Gorgine.
You look absolutely
Thank
gorgeous.
you.
Congratulations. We love.
She says we love. She can't hear you at all. Okay, bye.
Bye.
That was so funny.
Let's do a good vibe.
2025 has been so amazing. Lynn, 2025 was the year that we dubbed our listeners hot dogs. Some of them hated it. Some of them are gone forever and will never listen to the show again because they were so offended. Some of you loved it and you're still here. And one of you even got us these hot dog sunglasses
I
that you
know.
gave to us at the skills challenge that we love so much. I feel like at the heart of hot dog listenership and this show really is these nice good vibes that we give at the end of every show. This is our last good vibe of 2025. Lynn, what do you have for us?
Okay, before I get to that, I do think that we should add in a segment that says it's not like our hot takes, it's our hot dog takes.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Yeah. So I just want to say that.
Our hot dog takes. Do you think that the Salins would ever come back and sponsor our show?
Honestly,
The Salins were our owners in Western New York, and they also have a hot dog company.
probably. Look at us, 2 walking hot
We
dogs.
should reach out. We should reach out.
Okay, my good vibe.
Your last good vibe of 2025.
Okay, I'm gonna use all my brain power right now. My good vibe. I know we say this all the time, but honestly, is this show. I love making it every week. I get to talk to you. I get to be silly, recap the sport I love. And I like getting to meet people who love watching soccer and also listening to us really just brightens my day as well. I like love connecting with fans. And then that is my good vibe. Like, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being there with us. I don't understand why somebody gave us a podcast, but I'm so grateful. And I'm just grateful for everybody who like supports us and keeps this thing going.
Oh, I love that. And I completely agree. And at the risk of this not sounding genuine and serious, because if you're listening to this on audio, Lynn and I are both wearing our hot dog sunglasses. If you're watching on YouTube, I do mean this despite the joke. My good vibe is all the people who make this show possible. Lynn, from you and Becky, who bring so much joy to my life every single day that we record this. I'm so grateful we all get to do this together. To the whole TWG team, everybody puts so much effort into this show. I'm so grateful. Sometimes I come up with bad ideas and they very gently tell me not to do them. And it's been so much fun making this. I really, really love it. I feel like we can grow it even more and continue to make it even better. But I am really, really happy that we're doing it. And I'm excited to do it again in 2026.
Me too.
So thank you. And you're my good vibe.
Oh, beautiful. I'm also excited to go to Australia and get in the sun a little bit. I'm a little pale.
Oh my gosh. Well, same. So I'm going to see you there.
I know.
All right, everybody. I know we've been making it out as if this is like a whole scene and we're not going to see you again for a long time. This may be the last episode of Good Vibes for the year, but I'm not going anywhere. I have a lot more episodes and a lot more stuff coming out all throughout the rest of the year. First up, we have an episode of Friendlies with Avery Patterson coming out on Wednesday because Thursday is Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Becky Sauerbrunn also dropped an episode of Teaming Up on Monday, just yesterday. I'm actually the guest on that one. So if you don't have enough me in your life, check that out for sure. Also, huge congrats to Becky on her show. Teaming Up is incredible. We're so excited for more episodes. And we hope to see you very, very soon. So yes, stay here. We've got more Mewa Squared coming out in December. We've got some very special holiday and end of year episodes. We're doing a lot, everybody. So don't leave us. Make sure you're following along. We're also going to be around during U.S. Women's National Team Camp. They have 2 games against Italy. One is on Friday. We are not going live on Friday. We're trying to give everybody some time to enjoy their Thanksgiving weekend with their family. So Avery, we will miss you on Friday, but we will be going live after the second game on Monday. Lynn, you're joining us for that.
I am.
So Lynn and I, we're going to be back in 2 seconds. We're going to put these hot dog sunglasses on again because I'm going to leave them right here at my desk. All right, everybody. Good Vibes is out.
Goodbye on Good Vibes, but hello on everything else.
Yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, hot doggies.